Here at WagerTalk, we would never say it was silly to buy a single play $25 package or buy a single play $35 package, but we are darn close to saying just that. Until Sunday at midnight Eastern, we have discounted every handicapper's 3-day all sports, all access packages to just $49. So why buy one play for $25 when you can get 3 days of all access pass for only $24 more? With the 5% that regularly costs $35, you can get 3 full days for only $14 more. No coupon needed. Just head over to WagerTalk and go to your favorite handicapper's homepage and lock in your 3-day all access pass for only $49.
Hey guys, welcome in. A very happy Friday to you here. 2 weeks into 2022, can't believe it. We've made it, and I don't know, for some reason Robert just likes to keep replaying that commercial. I have no idea why, but we are 2 weeks into January, which is kind of hard to believe. We're off and running in 2022. We have a loaded card in the association here tonight, and we've got the 3 of the finest NBA handicappers at WagerTalk.com right now joining us, including Andy Lang back in the number 1 hole up there, ready to talk some props with you tonight, as well as Tony Mejia. And, of course, I hate to admit it, but the man swept the damn board last night. That's right. The magician himself, Mr. Tony Mejia. He is back in the saddle again, Tony Finn, rather. Great night. Congratulations there, Finn. All the crap we gave you, but huge night for you there. And Andy, talk to us, my man. You continue to dominate as well in the prop market here. So what do you got in store for us tonight at WagerTalk.com?
Probably the biggest NBA card I believe I've ever had at WagerTalk. We got a 5% play up as well as 2 4% plays. The plays just jumped off the page today, so we really like them. And of course, with all those, you get all of our plays and all of our props. We're on a 16-5 run on 4% and 5% plays. Hit our last 5% on Monday. That's a 4-1 run on NBA 5% play. So really excited. Love this card. We loved it yesterday, and then the numbers fell into place this morning. So can't wait. Should be setting up for a really big night.
Looking forward to it, man. It is a great card here tonight, Tony Mejia in the association. Love it. Tell me what you got locked and loaded here. I know you got a few things circled here. What's going on at WagerTalk.com?
Yeah, locked and loaded within the last hour is the 5% play for the NFL weekend that I promised earlier this morning. You know it's a busy time for me when I'm passing on the African Cup of Nations, which has been going on out there in Cameroon, and I haven't partook in anything. So Gabon and Ghana got a tie there at the end. So I'll be in the mix for that next week when that action heats up in the quarterfinals and such. But NBA, college basketball, and NFL have my full attention. Was poring over injury reports for this weekend's games, that those are now out in the NFL, and obviously injury reports a big deal for us in the NBA as well, come out every hour, and I've been studying on those. So entire card will be out here in the next couple hours. For tonight's NBA went 4-1 yesterday, a couple of props, and then a 4% hit on the Nuggets, which I went back to the well despite their betrayal in that Clippers game earlier this week. So short memories, they come in handy in betting sports.
Amen to that. Nobody's got less of a memory than this man, Tony Finn, in the house. Tony, you cleared the board last night. I think your shits and giggles parlay and everything hit yesterday. Great night last night, my man. Talk to us tonight. What do you got locked and loaded? Anything in the association?
Yes, I do. I have one. I have a big ticket, 5% big ticket one that I released. I rarely, this time of year, release overnights because of the current COVID issues. You just never know what the heck's going to go on. But I felt pretty comfortable about doing that, so I released it. I got a 5%er, and I don't know. We're not going to go here again today, are we? Because I'll never make it through 45 minutes of cracking up and laughing. And we got a sideshow too. Along with the 5% circus, we got one ring on the side. So 2 NBA plays, you can get them both only at WagerTalk, $39.
All right, that's great. Guys, I think it's been a fantastic again. Let's start with our contrarian play of the day, if we can. All right, contrarian people, here we go. 3-1 on the week. Unfortunately, the Clippers, well, they sucked last night. New Orleans ended up getting the job done. So tonight we move on. And I can't think of a better team, a hotter team right now than the Houston Rockets, baby. That is correct. The Houston Rockets tonight getting 5 on the road, taking on the Sacramento Kings. Now, this is not your grandmama's Houston Rockets team anymore here, Andy Lang, all right? When Robert gives the thumbs up to back the Rockets and he don't ever play them, then you know we're on to something here. Talk to us. You had Sacramento beat I believe the Lakers Wednesday. The Rockets on the road beat San Antonio. Both come into this on winning streaks. Are you willing to back the Rockets? +5 here, Andy.
Big winning streaks for both teams. Well done. Unfortunately, one of the big streaks has to come to an end tonight. So, why not? Why not +5 points? I don't trust the Sacramento Kings. I don't know. I don't know if we have a final word on Rashawn Holmes. They dearly miss him in the middle, as each and every center has the Kings circled as all right, big night, contract extension after we play the Kings. So I will go with the contrarian gods on this one. They've had a good week, so we'll continue to ride them. So prop wise, I got a couple of them here. I do like Deshaun Tate over 5.5 rebounds. He's been real active on the boards. He's gone over this total in 4 out of 5 games. The one under that he did have was against Philadelphia, who just crushed them on the board. Drummond and Embiid grabbed whatever rebound they wanted. So I kind of throw that game out. And I like Deshaun Tate to be active and get over this number. I'm going to take Tyrese Halliburton under 9.5 rebounds and assists. I know you don't. Careful if you take an under on Halliburton in the prop world. The crowd will come after you. But the Kings, they just have all these guys who can score, and not everyone can go over their total. And Halliburton kind of seems to be the odd man out when you're looking at points, rebounds, and assists. He's gone under this total in 5 out of 7 games, and he's only scored over 17 points in 2 games out of 9. That's just not going to get it done. They have a lot of options. I would expect a big game from De'Aaron Fox, and I would expect Halliburton to be a little bit more of a facilitator. And the books just keep putting this number out a little bit too high, so I'd love to cash another under on Halliburton. That's my favorite prop in this one.
All right, love it here. And what do you think, Tony Mejia, when, listen, they were before that win against the Lakers, Sacramento had lost their 5 previous, right? Quietly, the Rockets, 2-3 in their last 5, getting it done, man. What do you think? Rockets in an upset tonight with the contrarian gods?
Very quietly, so quiet you can barely hear them. Look, the Rockets had lost 8 straight games in Texas, all at home, and then they finally move to San Antonio and beat the Spurs in an upset. So that's good for them. Now they're in California's capital city for the next 2 games, so they might as well settle in and call it home. Like Andy, I'm waiting to see if Rashawn Holmes is going to play. I think reading the tea leaves, it sounds like a go for him. He moved on to the G League to try to get some conditioning in, and they should probably throw him out there if he's available tonight. So monitor that. That being said, it's hard to trust the Kings. The news reports are out there that De'Aaron Fox was on the negotiating table in terms of trying to get Ben Simmons out of Philadelphia, and that would probably work for both. I can't imagine the Sixers are going to come up with a better player than Fox in a package. But it's very obvious that the Kings are going to be torn apart here by February 10th and the deadline. Buddy Hield's on the market. You want Harrison Barnes and take some of his contract. He's available. So I want no part of a team like that laying points. So even though the Rockets are putrid, then we'll still take the points with them.
Couldn't come up with a better adjective than putrid. Damn, Robin, I'm shocked you didn't buzz him. All right, Tony Finn.
Yes.
Are you willing to back the Rockets here tonight in a contrarian spot, man?
I'm not willing to back either team, truly. I would like to play the over in this game, guys. And I know this is not the overtime game, but As soon as I saw the two, they don't guard the rim. They don't protect the rim very well, especially with that home Sacramento camp, and they do nothing but attack the rim. And then I looked at the total in this game, and I said, "What the f?" And pass, but right on by it. I mean, two in the 230s. Listen, both of these teams can easily combine to surpass that, but we had a show yesterday. We talked about 231. We thought was high. Remember, with two quality teams. So I can't really back Houston. No, I can't back Sacramento. No, I'd like to play the over. The number's too high, and I'm certainly not going to play the under. So just for shit and shit and grins, I will back the contrary God tonight because yesterday I didn't, and you guys lost. So tonight it is. We're on. I'm with you. Go. Get 'em.
There it is.
There you
He's
go.
back in the contrarian gods. +5 here tonight. All right, guys, let's move on to our featured matchup, and it should actually be a really, really good one here tonight. There's a few actual great matchups, but why don't we take a look here at the Celtics and the 76ers. Now, the Sixers opened up as a 3-point, I believe, favorite there with the total of 212. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm seeing, 3.5. All right, so it is moving up a little bit, but that total came a crashing to Andy, 207, 207.5. So I'm seeing right now. So from a prop betting perspective here, who do you like in this game?
Well, we got some big names that love putting up points. My best bet is in this game. I'll save that one for later, but I think you can start with Jaylen Brown over 23.5 points. He's gone over this total in 10 out of 12 games. Since his return, he has not been shy about being the main scorer. He's actually led the Celtics in scoring 8 out of the last 9 games. And the last time these two teams played, which was not too long ago, he had 30. So Philadelphia ranks pretty high with shutting down opposing shooting guards and point guards, but Brown had his way. So I would go back to thinking he's got an advantage in that. So Jaylen Brown over 23.5 points you could start off with. And then Mr. Max contract himself, Tobias Harris, not earning his full contract, but he has been doing well with rebounds and assists. So I'll take him over 10.5 rebounds and assists tonight. He's gone over this total 6 out of 7 games. The only game he went under was a blowout where he played low minutes. So I always enjoy seeing when a guy comes under a total and it's because he played 8 to 10 minutes less than normal. I don't see a blowout from either side. So I think Tobias Harris should get his max minutes and do well with rebounds and assists as well as points. But I want to leave points off of this because if Embiid goes on one of those games where and he could, then all of a sudden the point totals from other players come down. So I'll stick with Tobias Harris over 10.5 rebounds and assists is my one of my favorite props for this game.
All right, good stuff there. And Tony, I mean, Philly is just rolling. I believe from right after Christmas to now, they're 6-2 against the number, 7-1 straight up in the last 8. What can you say? They're finally they're healthier. They finally got some of the guys back, but you trust them here to cover as a favorite because that's usually been the kiss of death. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to stay away from the side here, but I love this total, and I haven't gotten in yet, and I deserve lashings for that because it obviously came down from 212. But consider this: every total that has come under 210 involving the Philadelphia 76ers, there's been 6 of them. 5 of those have gone under the total. These teams played an 88-87 game on December 1st at TD Garden. So it can become a grind fest. We had the Celtics hold the Knicks to 75 points just last week. I think we're in for a 20-17 quarter at some point, and we'll see this as a race to 100. So we talked the other night about that Dallas Knicks game coming all the way down, and I told you it probably wouldn't reach 190, and it didn't. I think this is the same thing. So I like the Celtics and 76ers to go under 207.5 or whatever it is right now.
All right, so he agrees with the market moving, dropping. Tony Finn, what do you think?
I agree with the market move here. In fact, as I mentioned already, I rarely at this time of year enter overnights, and I entered 2 plays overnight last night. One of them was this. I'll go ahead and give it away. One of them was this one. I like Philly minus the 3 because with some assistance from some guys I know at the Globe, Mintel, I didn't think that Marcus Smart would play. If Marcus Smart doesn't, the heart and soul of this Boston team does not play. Their net rating is in the negatives, and it's not anything super big and exciting and in neon right now. I think 2.3 or something like that. They're 1-3 without Marcus. 1-3 straight up, 1-3 against the spread. And Philly there's no shame in getting beat by Charlotte. They had a perfect run going. I think they were 7-0, straight up 6-2 against the spread, 6-1 against the spread, and lost Monday to Charlotte. Charlotte's capable of putting points on the board. This is something that Boston can't do, not like Charlotte can. So in this situation, without Marcus, there's really, while Williams is good, he's done a great job. This Boston team is head and shoulders, light years better in the paint this year than they were last year because of what Williams has been capable of doing. But the truth is, he's still, mano a mano can't even hold Embiid's jock. So I think I'm staying away from the total here. I saw the drop. I'm not playing over. I just like the Sixers here. Sixers minus the 3 is what I got. I say up to 4, 4.5 or 5. I think you're safe in this game.
All right, good stuff there. Tony Finn says it. It's going to happen here, guys. Taking them. And boy, oh boy, 1-3 straight up and against the number without Marcus Smart on the floor for the Celtics this year. We'll see if they can finally get over the hump without him. We're going to head over to our overtime matchup, a game in which the total seems to be, this game is interesting across the board. One of the big matchups, how about Golden State and Chicago here tonight? 221.5 as an open, and look at what happened here. They're expecting points, and more points with 225 now across the marketplace. So, Andy, I'm coming to you. Talk to me. This is an interesting matchup. Any props tickle your fancy here?
Yeah, start with Steph Curry under 27.5 points. Have not liked what I've seen from Golden State at all, and I loved what Milwaukee did with Steph last night. They just guarded him with Matthews, double-teamed him on the pick and rolls, and Chicago has the athletes to do something very similar. Golden State, they just look lost without Draymond out there. Clay's not playing tonight. No Peyton. They've got a depleted roster. They're not very good on back-to-backs. If Chicago gets up big, which I think is a real possibility, I think Curry could sit for a big chunk of the second half. And he's gone under this total, 4 out of 5. He's made 2 or fewer 3-pointers in 4 out of 5 games. He's not shooting the ball a lot. He's not shooting the ball well. Seems to be in a slump. So I'll take this inflated number on Steph Curry. I'm not sure what we've seen from him that would warrant an over on his prop total based on what their roster looks like. I wanted to take some of the Bulls players over their totals, but I really couldn't find a good number. I thought the books pretty much nailed this. I couldn't find any value on anything. So instead, I'll just say, look at the Bulls minus 1.5 in the first half. Chicago is 7-3 ATS the first half of their last 10. Golden State 2-8 first half ATS their last 10. So we saw last night Golden State got off to a pretty rough start in the first half. So I'm not saying it would be that bad, but Chicago seems to get off to good starts. Golden State's off to slow starts. So I might look at the Bulls in the first half.
All right, looking at the Bulls in the first half, I mean, as bad as it was, Clay only played 20 minutes last night, it looks like here, Tony. I mean, it was, 72 to 38 or something at the half. It was awful for Golden State. So it did allow them at least to be able to get a lot of other guys some minutes. I don't see on the 4:30 report anything about Klay Thompson. He's not listed. Kerr did say they were looking to, rest him in this spot, but he's not on the list. What do you think we're going to get here tonight?
Yeah, I don't believe he's playing, Joe. I'm not sure why he's not on the injury report, but I think he's resting. I think the plan was to get him, no back-to-backs for the foreseeable future. So I don't think we'll see him. I think it'll be Steph and the Misfits tonight. You get your Juan Toscano Anderson playing the Draymond Green role with Otto Porter Jr. in there as well. And Jordan Poole reprising his Klay Thompson impersonation. And, look, the bottom line with the Warriors is the last two back-to-back situations have not gone well for them. On January 6th, after getting blown out by the Mavericks, they lost at New Orleans. Before that, the last back-to-back in 2021, they followed up a win in Boston with a 119-100 loss at Toronto. And obviously, this is the second night of a back-to-back. I'm in agreement with Andy in that this is a tough spot for any Steph Curry over props because we do have a possibility of him resting in the fourth quarter if this gets out of hand. And the Bulls, they have an opportunity to wash away the stink off of that loss to Brooklyn on Wednesday. That was kind of a buzzkill because everybody in Chicago was looking forward to that game. Boom, you got the Golden State Warriors to restore morale by picking up a victory here. I'm not sure about the total going as high as it is right now either. I mean, obviously, it was 138, 112 on Wednesday in a game that reached 250 points. So maybe that has to do with the thinking of why this number has risen the way it has. But Golden State has been held under 100 points in 4 of the last 5.
It's tough to look. I mean, look at that right there too. It's they've had been a rough stretch here for them, and anybody that ever doubted what Draymond Green means to this team, take a look, guys. They're a shell of what they have been. So they look a little beat up here, Tony. Finn, it seems like the market just says less defense, more scoring. What do you think? You think the over is the way to go here?
I do. I do think the over is the way to go here. Not as much, much more because of what Chicago has done defensively. I mean, I had some conversations with some people, and they said how poorly Chicago looked defensively the other night. It must be just a blip. It's, just one of those little beeps on the radar and going to be washed away. I just don't think that's the case. I think they were overvalued a little bit early in the season defensively as far as their net rating goes and what they've accomplished. And in truth, over the last 2 weeks, after the last month, 14 games or so, they rate about 24th in the non-garbage time defensive efficiency, allowing 115 per 100 possessions, which is not playoff quality, not unless you're scoring 120 per 100 possessions, which they're pretty darn close to it. I like over in this game. I think Curry will have a better night tonight. I think there won't be a blowout, so you're going to see him. No Golden State player, no Warrior player was overused last night because you guys you laid the story out there. I mean, they were way behind by half. Why not rest on the saves tonight? So I expect this to be up and down the court. I expect Golden State to be in transition more than they usually are, and they're going to have to do something differently, something to ignite this offense, which has been slumping, and Curry has been slumping, and these guys are all right. There's no sign. I said it yesterday. We talked about I wanted that over in that Golden State game yesterday, but I couldn't do it because of the form. I can play the over tonight simply because of the form of the Bulls defense. Give me over the 225. Is that where it's sitting right now?
It's 224. Yeah, so we're somewhere in that ballpark now. And clearly, the defense of Chicago has taken a step back here. So if there's any rhythm that can be found, maybe the over is the way to go. Should be a fun one, though. Golden State and the Chicago Bulls tonight. And that sound you hear is the dogs barking here, Robert. Let's see what we got here tonight for the dogs.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And anybody got to say anything, you let me know. That's my dog.
All right, big card tonight. Let's check it out. We got, look at that. Orlando Magic back in action here tonight, getting 11. Shocker. The Detroit Pistons. Can't believe they're still in the league. Pacers +5. Andy, the Celtics. We talked about the Warriors. How about Atlanta? No Cam Reddish. Not sure we can bet on them. The Spurs +3.5. The Houston Rockets. And back to normal. The Dallas Mavericks are also a dog here tonight. So a lot of intriguing spots here. Andy, tell us which one of these would you be willing to make your dog tonight?
It is not going to be the Pacers. We'll get that out of the way. It will not be the Indiana Pacers. No, I'll throw a little sprinkle on the Orlando Magic. They're actually 7-3 ATS in their last 10 and 4-1 ATS in their last 5 road games. Yeah, maybe it's a little letdown spot. Charlotte beat Milwaukee twice. And the 76ers, they played earlier this season. Orlando covered that game, barely, I believe. So, you're looking at an Orlando team that's been terrible straight up, but has been covering spreads. Maybe a little letdown spot for Charlotte. So maybe Orlando's worth a sprinkle.
All right, looking at the Orlando Magic there, plus 11. Tony, you know something about that team there. Might you be backing Orlando as well tonight?
You know I have a rule about backing the Orlando Magic. So no, well, Jalen Suggs is back tonight. Yay!
Yeah,
I like watching Jalen Suggs play. But no, I'm going to go to another garbage team, and it's the Detroit Pistons, who are in a good bounce back spot at least for pride's sake, coming off a 133-87 loss a few days ago in Chicago. This isn't much of a road trip for the Raptors. It's basically crossing the street into Detroit. Not quite as close as Auburn Hills was. But still, you go to Little Caesars, it's a very short commute as they open a 5-game road trip. The Raptors are still listing Scotty Barnes as questionable. Same with Gary Trent Jr. Both missed the last game. Trent didn't practice yesterday, and Barnes did, so that leads me to believe we'll probably see Barnes tonight, may not see Trent. And they face the Milwaukee Bucks tomorrow. So even if they get up significantly, I don't think we'll see their regulars late fourth quarter, which opens that back door for the Detroit Pistons. Show me a little pride, boys, and get in there without a double-digit loss, and that will suffice for our purposes, right? So back to Pistons.
Listen, ATS wins an ATS win. Cash that damn ticket. So, Tony Finn, which dog are you going with here tonight, my man? What are you looking at?
Well, I tell you what, I've been sitting here looking because I didn't want to double up, but I'm going to do it. My best bet is a dog, and I'm going to use that as my dog as well. We just discussed them, and that is I like Golden State to bounce back tonight. I liked them a lot better this morning when they were getting a few more points. I just glanced down, and I see that some of the market's moving towards Golden State tonight, or at least let me pull this up. I'm showing -3, as you guys are seeing. If I'm live and kicking here, it's showing. I guess it opened only 3.5. I saw this though at 4.5. I saw a few offshores that were at 5, and I put a little bit of personal money instead of Joe's money on the Warriors +5. Why? This Chicago defense has regressed to the point that it can't be ignored. I mean, if it was just a blip, if it was just a week, if it was just 2 or 3 games, but it's been so poor that this team is in truth. If you take away the first month of the season, they're a negative net rating, and this is a team that offensively is a +115.8. That's it's hard to believe you can be that negative with that kind of offense. But no Draymond Green means that Chicago's also going to have a lot of free run to the rim against this Golden State Warrior team. You saw what Memphis did against the rim with no Draymond Green, no Gary Payton. There was a back tightness. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of defense in this game. As poorly as Golden State's played as well. So let's go over that number of 224, 225, and play the dog as well. Dog and over. Give me the points in Golden State and over the total.
All right, there he goes. Take it, Golden State Warriors. All right, that leaves us here with a really big card here tonight, guys. A lot of different ways to go. It is time for the buzzer beater. Time to check out which one of these games on the card tonight these guys may like a little bit more than the others. So, Andy, kick us off. Best bet time here. Which one of these games have you circled, or which one of the props have you circled for us tonight?
Yeah, we're going to go with a prop for my best bet tonight. Just want to remind everybody, have a 5% play in the NBA that is up right now, along with 2 4% plays. Those are all attached under one package. And I do believe WagerTalk's still running that 3-day special. So if you're interested in the 5% play and you're interested in the NFL pack, which I have up, which is good through Monday, you'll receive all those plays. So pretty good pretty good deal if you just want to grab the 5%. I would encourage everyone to just get the 3-day pass, but that's up on WagerTalk. Best bet, I got to go Joel Embiid over 29.5 points. The books were silly. They had this at 26.5 earlier today at like minus 190. So we actually waited for the line to go up so we can take an over. So he's gone for 30 points in 8 straight games, and that ties in with Wilt Chamberlain and Allen Iverson for consecutive games for the 76ers with 30 or more points. So expect him to stay in long enough to get this record. He had over 40 last game against Boston. I expect him to get over 30. So take Embiid over his points tonight.
All right, there you go. Looking at Embiid to have another huge night against the Boston Celtics. And the 3-day all-access pass, guys, is available right now, and he was talking about it. It is $49 right now. That's 3 days, all-access. Every play, including the 5% best bets now, just $49. I can't think of a better time to hop on board. You got NFL playoffs, you got NBA, college hoops, NHL. I mean, you name it. A lot of ways to make this a profitable weekend for $49. Head over to WagerTalk.com. And Tony Mejia, what do you got for us here tonight? Which one of these might be your best bet?
Well, I am going back to the well with the Memphis Grizzlies, but let me reiterate, I have seen on my sales figures that a lot of you are taking advantage of this $49 deal. It really is solid, especially with a 5% play in store for football. Grab Andy, grab Tony, and grab myself. Grab everybody else because it's a really good deal, and then you'll get all our top picks for a very busy weekend. I wish I was as hot as the Memphis Grizzlies, but I'm close in some things. 11 consecutive wins for Memphis. They've only failed to cover once, and they're getting it done down the stretch in games like Ja Morant making winning plays. They've been doing it without Steven Adams. He might return tonight. The Dallas Mavericks still without Kristaps Porzingis, and a little birdie has told me that next Tuesday, potentially, we could be revisiting our futures bets because of the light card on a show I taped with Mr. Andy Lang there up at the top. And I like Memphis to win the division. They've got a healthy, I believe, 6.5 game lead. I think they lengthen that tonight. Give me the Memphis Grizzlies and lay the points.
Memphis to keep it rolling here tonight. And Tony Finn, I know got the best bets locked and loaded here tonight. So sprinkle a little something and tell us where you're going here tonight, best bet. Come on.
Yeah, I changed it. I put a little note in there and I changed the best bet to so I could give one. I will pitch the Phoenix Suns, a short, but a medium road favorite in the great state of Indiana, right? I had to say it because Andy's here on the program. I know is that where you are, Andy? Listen,
Yes.
the Indiana Pacers are 1-8, 1-8, 2-8, last 9 or 10, respectively. They've been better against the number. They really have 5-4 last 9, same stretch, but they've been subpar, really, offensively and defensively, ranking 21st and 24th. I think 109 at first glance, 109, 114 efficiency. Obviously, that puts them right there about 22nd and 23rd in net ratings of a -5 and change. And this team can cover numbers, when it's catching points. But if they're catching some points here, and they're at home. Listen, Brogdon's not right. LeVert was better. He's the key to this. I'm going to take. I love the buzzer. I'm excited now. I'm going to lay the points with the Phoenix on the road. That's my best.
That's a hell of a pitch.
Is that the More You Know music? Like, what is that?
Yeah,
I must have
that's his very special soundtrack. He's got his very own sound effect. Every time he talks, it sounds like it fits perfectly. All right. That means, if you like that, you're going to love this, guys, because it is time for the John Ryan angle of the day. Yes. Welcome back. Our good friend John Ryan seems to have figured it out. Let's see what we've got here tonight. We've got the angle for the Hawks versus Heat tonight. Is in fact 8 o'clock and not 7:30 Eastern time. Thank you, Will. And this angle talks about betting on the home team, where the homie has covered the spread in 3 or more consecutive games. And if that visiting foe has not covered the spread in 3 or more consecutive games. Wow. 51-30-3 against the number. That is 62% over the last 5 seasons. Now, pay close attention. If our homie is a favorite of not more than 5, well, 14-6 against the number. That is 70% over the last 5 seasons. So the bottom line, when you put it all together, we're betting the Miami Heat tonight. That's right. Very good. Miami Heat. John Ryan, we certainly do appreciate it, my man. Great job. Miami Heat for your angle of the day. All right, let's check it out. Recap it. One more time, Andy Lang. He's looking at the Orlando Magic. Give me 11. Give me 11. Let's get it done. His best bet, though, is Joel Embiid to just slam all over the Boston Celtics tonight. 29.5 points. He's going over. Tony Mejia, he likes the Detroit Pistons. Who? The Pistons. That's right, getting 10 points against the Toronto Raptors. His best bet, though, is Memphis to continue to roll here, laying that 2.5 tonight, while Tony Finn, screw you, Chicago. Give me the Warriors here. I'm taking the Warriors +3 over the Chicago Bulls, but his Suns laying the 5.5. That is his best bet here, Phoenix, to get it done and roll. And our contrarian play of the day is Roberts Rockets. We're going to take that 5. Screw you, Sacramento. Who are you to be laying 5 against the Rockets? Rockets it is. And, of course, our good friend John Ryan, he's laying down with the Miami Heat, his homie. Goodness gracious, I never thought I was going to get that out. Again, $49, guys. $49 3-day all-access pass. You heard Tony Mejia. He's locked and loaded, 5% bets all over the place. You got Andy, locked and loaded, 5% bet. You've got Tony Finn, who I know's got a 5% best bet here. You got NFL wild card weekend. Guys, $49. Take advantage of this right now and hurry up because it is going away, I believe, by Sunday. So take advantage. Get 3 days now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every play. Just $49 from your favorite handicapper, whether it be Tony Mejia, whether it be Andy Lang, or Tony Finn. Hell, it could be all 3 of them if you want. Head over to WagerTalk.com and get it done. And that does it, guys. What a hell of a week here. It's a loaded card tonight. It should be a lot of fun. Hit that bell in the upper right-hand corner. Make plans to come back and join us again on Monday. We start another week here in the association. We're going to spend some time looking at the current futures market right now in the association. Plus, we'll look back a little bit and see how some of the predictions to start the season are faring out, and we'll have more winners for you. On behalf of Andy Lang, Tony Mejia, and Tony Finn, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Best of luck here with your plays this weekend, guys. Come back and join us on Monday. Good luck. We'll talk to you then.
Why pay the regular price when you can save money on every purchase with WagerBucks at both WagerTalk and SportsMemo? WagerBucks are now eligible for use on not just daily, 3-day, and 7-day passes, but all long-term and seasonal packages up to 1 full year. There are tons of options available for every budget and size of bettor. From low as $100 gets $110, all the way up to $2,500 gets you $3,000. Save every day on every pick you buy with WagerBucks.